So welcome back to the channel, and today of course we're doing the quote of the day, and that quote of the day, of course, this is the quote of the day series. I hope you guys enjoy this. And so the quote of the day, it comes from none other than Nature Boy Ric Flair. And I remember this interview that he did. I remember watching this as a kid, but of course I didn't get everything out of this. I didn't get the quote then. I don't even think I remembered the quote from then. I just remember maybe some years and years ago, I was watching this, killing some time, watching some great wrestling interviews, because I used to be a wrestling fanatic when I was a kid. And to this day, I don't watch wrestling, but I still like watching some of the old interviews and everything, the hypeness of it. So I was watching this, and I heard the quote, and I was like, man, that's a dope quote. Like, dope quotes, great quotes, they always stick in my mind. Quotes to live by. Here's the quote.
The bottom line for these people right here is, if you're a man, you don't cry about it. You take life's ups and downs. If you're a real man, you never go down, you just stay up.
Okay, so in this interview, he's basically going off on, how the interviewer is talking trash to him about how they had beat up Dusty Rhodes and injured him, and he was retorting back on how he had been beat up, stabbed, drug around, and and that's when he just went in. Like, if you're a man, you don't cry about it, you deal with it. If you're a real man, you go up and you stay up. And I just thought that was a fantastic quote for you as a man, for all men to kind of try to live by, because it's real. And the realness of that quote is just basically on how, as a man, there are no safety nets for you. You keep what you kill. If you don't work, you don't eat. This is not a society that takes pity on men. This is not a society that ever worries about men. And I can't think of any societies that have ever been built around that. Men have always gone out, and they took the bullets. They took all the risks. Hundreds of years ago, they'd get on boats and travel to new lands and build cities and towns in the wilderness. They'd explore in places that they've never been. And a lot of people starve to death. They try to traverse mountains and fall to their deaths. They go into areas where they didn't know the climate, and they'd freeze to death. It was just a perilous world. And as a man, you knew as a man you were always in peril. And if you were not sharp, if you were not planning ahead, then, the likelihood of you, living through those situations was slim to none. And you fast forward to today, and you have the same type of dynamic that goes on, just in a different type of an environment. You have all these men that they're falling by the wayside because they think things are supposed to be handed to them. They're upset at feminism, and they have a right to be. They're upset that their government is doing certain things. But one of the things you just have to understand, there is no safety net. You have to get out here and get it. You have to start from ground zero and build it up. There are a lot of people that they've never had to get their hands dirty. They've never, had any adversity in their life. But as a man, it's always been that way. As a man, if you headed your own family unit, you had to sacrifice for everybody else. That's the way it always worked. You're the one who worked the long hours. You're the one who took less so everybody could have more. You sacrificed your health and your ability and your longevity so everybody else around you would benefit from that and be fine. And as a man, you were okay with it. You had to make the tough decisions. You had to decide, when to spend, when not to spend. You had to be responsible to make sure if anything happened that, that you and your family could persevere through that. And even now as a man, if you're single, you still have to do those same things, and you have to do them for yourself, because You have to understand that there is nobody looking out for you, and there will be nobody looking out for you except for you. And as a man, the sooner you figure that out, the better off you will be. You know, you can make responsible decisions, responsible choices, and you have to understand that, hey, you have to put the work in. Nobody's going to do it for you. And once you do that, you can reap the benefits of that. You know, you have to go out and do for yourself. You have to go out and stand on your own too. You know, you have to go out and hack your life. You know, the things that you want, you have to hack your life out of this world you live in, this world that we live in. You know, and one of the greatest things I thought myself, that I came up with myself, a quote that goes well with this, is I tell people all the time people tell people the world doesn't owe you anything. To the contrary, I go against that. I think the world owes you everything that you want, everything that you think you deserve. The world owes it to you. The only thing that I have to say about that is that when the world owes you something, you have to be the damn repo man, and you have to go out there and get it from the world. It's out there. The world has everything that it owes you. You just have to go and repo it from it. You have to go and get it. So that goes right along with it, where if you're a man, you know, you don't cry about it, the ups and the downs. If you're a real man, you just fucking stay up. You have to do everything right to stay up. The world and life is full of ups and downs. It's up to you to try to navigate it and try to stay right there on that even keel. And when everything's going up, man, you got to enjoy it. And when things start to not work out, you have to put more work in. And you might come down a little bit, but you stay up and you stay on the even keel. You never hit rock bottom. So that's my quote of the day. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Tell me what you think, what your interpretation of that quote is down in the comments. Let's talk about it. Until the next video, like, comment, subscribe. It's your man, Rod Strickland.